Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We got a list of I think 16 properties. Plus, I'm going to share with you this first one, and it's, if you can get more information on this one, it's at 203 Acton, BLVD, short for boulevard.com. And so it's up in Acton, and if you've never been to Acton, it's a very small community. It's probably less than 10,000 people. There are some new homes that have been built there, including this one here. And so I'll go through the gallery. I'll tell you a bit more about it. So it's in a quiet subdivision. It's probably less than 10 years old. Double car garage, all brick. And so the price is $492. So I was going to leave that till the end, but I'll tell you it's $492. You've got some upgraded flooring here. You've got the crown moldings, pot lights. You get into the kitchen. There's a nice breakfast bar here. So you can't find some of this stuff in Milton Homes. It backs onto green space. You're going to see some great views there. It's got a finished basement. Combined living space is well over 2,000 square feet. You've got a master ensuite with a soaker tub and a separate shower. And then you've got another bedroom that walks out to a balcony. The final room is a really nice sized girls' room with a peak ceiling in the front by the window. So there you go. You've got a bit of hardwood on the stairs. And so 4 bedrooms, and then you have a finished basement. There's a little bar there. It's a great place, like good quality laminate floors, good amount of storage space. And then as we get into the backyard, look how nice that is. That's a real green space, and there's not a home to be seen except for the neighbors on either side. You've got a 2-tiered deck. You've got lattice for privacy. It's a great place to have a barbecue, to chill out and relax. And this is a really nice home. Like you can't find all of this stuff in Milton for less than $500,000. Guaranteed, no question about it. And it's a nice sized piece of property too. There's there's a shed there, built very solidly on a good concrete slab. So I think that this represents tremendous value. And so if you want more information, 203actonblvd.com, or you can just email or give us a call. Let's get to today's list for the Toronto Real Estate Board. And so the first one is 640 Frank Place. It's a Cherry Hill. It's 1050 square feet. And the furniture may not be the fanciest, but it's got California shutters, and it's a little bit more basic in terms of upgrades and so on. But $309 is the price that these were selling for a year and a half ago. So it's amazing to me to see this kind of pricing. And there's been a couple that have drifted around $312, $313. But most of them sell for more than what this one's listed for. So it's the second time this week where I've looked and gone, did they get that right? Was there a mistake on the listing? The other one was on Bundy yesterday. That's a great deal there. For a first home, freehold, no condo fees, that's the cheapest in town. There's nothing less than that. Fowles Court is the larger model. It's 1356 square feet, about 300 square feet bigger. Hardwood floors. You get a kitchen with a breakfast bar. I'm not sure if that's a granite countertop. It looks like just a really shiny laminate or formica kind of counter. There's no undermount sink or anything like that. 3 bedrooms. They're small, but you can still fit a queen-size bed and not a whole lot more. So being careful with scale. This is something we don't see in a lot of these. This is a double sink. It's rare to find, and it's a smart thing too, especially if you've got the 3 bedrooms. And Fowles Court is nice too. You've got a tennis court at the end of the street. From a lot of these homes, you get a pretty nice view of the escarpment. And I think they're doing pretty well on this one here. I think that over 350 is going to be a challenge, at least from what I've seen in the other sales. Gowling Terrace has been for sale and even reported sold at like $60,000 higher than what they're asking. From what I've seen, at least online, there's a lot of stuff happening here. Be very careful if you're proceeding with this one. I just, it says the possession that they want is November 25th. The tenants, the current tenants are in there until, I believe it's somewhere around mid-December, so you can't move in while there's a current lease in place. So you can't kick the tenants out. I mean, if they want to, they'll leave, but you can't force them to. I just think it's a strange listing. I mean, it's basically, it's a 1,600 square foot semi-detached with a basement apartment, which, I mean, the asking price doesn't seem that far off, if it's nice, but I just, there's a lot of weird things happening with that. So be really, really careful. So Milton Brook is 470. Semi-detached, it's 1,900 square feet. You can't punch holes in this one for the way it looks. I think it's got some nice design. They spent some smart money on upgrades. I just think for this size, without a finished basement, the stuff that's selling at 470 is usually 300 or 400 square feet bigger than this one, either through the main floor or there's a finished basement. So they're playing certainly more of a quality game than they are a size game. I don't think anything over 450 is really in a buyer's best interest for something like that. Cahoon is our listing. It's at $500,000, 1638 square feet. You've got a full double car garage, meticulously kept. You've got a big family room plus a kitchen, and you can see the size of the table here. So there's really, instead of that formal dining room that you use once or twice a year, you get a nice gathering space here. You've got really high-end appliances, nice neutral colors. Very bright home, and it's across from green space too. So you have you've got a trail that you could walk, and there's a nice little pond. You can see the escarpment just to the left of this home, and you get these beautiful sunsets on the escarpment. You can see all the plush greenery right there. These are the front two rooms, and you can see all the trees and vegetation outside. So the homes that are probably 700 or 800 square feet large are actually built on the same size lot. So you do get a very nice size backyard, and you've got a shed back there as well. So $500,000. Most of the double car garage detached homes are listing up in the 520, 530 range. And this one to me is the best value for a double car garage in the new section out for sale right now. So Farmstead, 519, single garage for 519, 1835 square feet. I think they missed the mark on price. I'd have to fact check this, but I don't think anything, this model, the Plan 4, which is an excellent model, by the way, one of my favorites, I don't believe anything is sold over $500,000 for this model. And to be honest, I don't think these guys will be the first ones to do it. I think that 519 is a little too ambitious given what else is for sale. Elliott Crescent, 554.9, and it's kind of an interesting home. It's got a nice size 50 by 120 lot. It's in Dorset Park. There's some upgrades in here as far as I can tell. Those look like newer kitchen cabinets. You've got some stainless steel appliances. It's very busy inside, and you can see the HDR, the high contrast. I think that in some ways it helps the presentation of this home, but it just feels like there's too much stuff. And so that bedroom, I think most buyers, when they look through this gallery, are going to say it seems a little small. And I understand the furniture is big. I understand all that, but it can be very hard for a lot of buyers to separate the seller's stuff from the house. It can be very, very tricky. I've seen it over and over again. I have no doubt they put some money into this one. The other thing I like is that it's a sloped down driveway, so it actually goes down towards the garage. There's a drain there. There's usually an entrance in the basement. It looks like there's a second kitchen. You could have your in-laws that live here. So what we see is a common occurrence in more often now is that the parents are getting a bit older. They'll either sell their larger home and pool their resources with the kids and kind of live together, give some childcare and make a bit of a win-win situation, or you're just starting to see that there's just people who need like either assistance with some rental income or a variety of reasons. But I like the older relative angle because there's no stairs, because you drive into the driveway or the garage, you open the door and it's all one floor and there's nothing to worry about if somebody's having a tough time with stairs. So 554.9, from what I'm seeing, it's not a big house. I'd be very surprised if I saw anything in terms of a reported sale anywhere close to that number. So Leech Landing, it's 2,200 square feet. It's a Plan 5. The stairs are in the back, which saves a little bit of space in the front of the house, where the double garage takes up 20 feet and the lot's only 36 feet. So I find it wrecks the flow a little bit if you're inside this home. California shutters, there's no hardwood floors. That California shutter is not cheap to do because those are all custom pieces. And then you've got a fully fenced yard. It's 3 bedrooms. It's 3 plus a loft. It's probably on the high side of what I would consider fair. I'd expect a little bit more in terms of upgrades and hardwood and stuff like that, if they were going to ask that kind of price. Pringle's at $589. I don't know how big this one is, so that's my disclaimer, is that I've been in this model. I just can't tell you how big it is. Pot lights, you've got a nice kitchen here, although granite on the island, but no granite, at least what it looks like on the rest of the countertops. But the style, the finishes, I think are very nice. Nice neutral paint colors. If it's somewhere more than 2,500 square feet, I would say they're probably not that far off. So Dixon, we've got 2 Milton Heritage homes. One is this one here at $594,900. And you can see it looks like there's some granite countertops there. California shutters. You've got dark moldings, which is a bit of a different twist. Obviously, someone's a football, more specifically a Jets fan. And then a pretty good sized property. 43 by about 85 is the size of the lot. Double car garage. It seems decent for what you're getting over 2,500 square feet. I think this one on Fox is a little bit bigger. It's about 50,000 more. 2,800 square feet. You've got a 2-story front room. The living room. You've got hardwood floors. The kitchen. Here's the thing about the kitchen. Built-in cooktop. The backsplash, I think, kills this one, and so to rip a backsplash down is really not a big deal. The rest of the home is pretty good. The basement, the finishes and the quality probably needs a little bit of elbow grease, but the forest, the pie-shaped lot, and the walkout basement are really, really exceptional. This is one of the best properties that I've seen, and so the forest just looks great here. It's the right season for that forest too, but you've got an all brick exterior. You've got interlock throughout the whole front plus the walkway. I just think this is the things you can't change about this home are amazing. There's a couple little things in the home that you'd want to fix up and change around, but they're not major, huge dollar amounts. And I think that there's just a lot that one has going for it. And if I had someone looking in that range, it would be one of the first ones that I let them know about, because that forest is something that continues to add value over and over again. Row Terrace is $699. All I know is it's more than 2,500 square feet. It's got great finishes. Looks like a model home. It does have a pie-shaped lot here. Now, they had it listed, and then now they've relisted it for the same price that it was before. We do see sometimes that makes a difference. Other times it doesn't make a lick of a difference. It's just starting the clock back at zero again. And for anybody who hasn't been paying attention, it just means that they might think it's a new listing. So Purdy Drive is up in Brookville, 1.125. It was at 1.175, and it was for sale for a long time. I don't know if 50,000 is going to be enough of a difference, but sometimes a new photo gallery, I believe it's a new company that has this one listed. Sometimes there's just fresh energy and something that changes. So we'll see what happens with it. We'll wait for the photo gallery. Those links that I put below are active links. So it means that as soon as the photos are loaded on the RMLS system, is that they show up right there. 3 on the Oakville Milton Real Estate Board. The first one up is Gooch. If you Google the word Gooch, you're going to see a rather funny Urban Dictionary. I don't make this stuff up, but anyways, just if you want to go to Urban Dictionary, type in Gooch, and you'll see why I kind of laugh a little bit every time I see the street name. 1878 square feet, Quincy Corner. This has always been my favored angle for the front shot, because the first one doesn't really show it's a double car garage. It's at $534,900. There's a couple of these for sale, and they've been selling within about a week at $520,000. Same model. I like some of the things about this one. Normally this kitchen is a U shape, and so they've actually done an extra little loop around here, which adds a lot of space. It adds some pot drawers. I really like that idea. I think that's a very smart thing. I don't know how much room there's going to be to open the fridge, but I do like the extra counter space and cabinets. The laminate doesn't look like a real high quality, and so I understand if someone has young kids or pets and they may not want to do hardwood, but I think the only option past about $450,000 from a value standpoint is hardwood. I think that laminate oftentimes just is basically valued at the same as just having carpet there. It doesn't really accelerate the value of the home. So these guys are going to have to justify why they believe their home is $15,000 more than some of the other ones that are listed. One of which on Bessie Trail I think has a lot of very nice features. So Mercury is the next one, and the whole subdivision has Galaxy and Pluto and Neptune and all that kind of stuff. So it's 3 acres, and the home doesn't look that old too. You've got some iron pickets, granite counters in the kitchen. Nice. I actually think this one looks good. It reminds me of the one that was for sale up in Moffat a little while back, up in the 6s. Hot tub and a nice size 3-acre piece of land. You are in the Hamilton district. It's over in Flamborough, which means you pay a little bit more in your taxes. You're about $6,000 on your taxes, but I still like this one. So last one is Bardo, and I cannot remember the name of this model, but it's a great model. So it's Heathwood puts in the 8-foot doors. They put in some fancy features here. The white appliances, if you look at, there's granite counters, there's backsplash, there's crown moldings, there's pot lights. I think you got to go stainless steel. I just think that it makes sense. I just checked today for another client. There's a set of stainless steel appliances at the Brick for $1,700. Dishwasher, fridge, and stove. How could you not do that, really? It just creates a different impression. You don't see white appliances in model homes. I mean, that's one of the ways that's actually very simple to explain it. You've got a waffled ceiling in the front. There's a little home office on the main floor. There's a finished basement. And if you look at some of the stuff that's for sale right now, like some of the nicer ones, Leargate just dropped their price down to $659, which I think is a great price. That's what these guys are competing against. So if it was equivalent to Leargate, it has the bonus of the finished basement too. The covered porch on the outside and the back is one of my favorite features, and it's what makes this one of my favorite models. So that's it. That's the list. A little bit chunky, a lot of information, a lot of data, a lot of homes. So we're still around this weekend. If you need anything, just email or give us a call. And if not, we'll see you Monday, possibly Tuesday, depending on how the flow of listings and everything goes. So have a great weekend. Stay safe. And if you're going to the cottage, definitely travel safe. And we'll see you on the flip side. Okay, take care.